Hi everyone, welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings Flight Diary After Route, Episode 6. So, Aoi and Kotori had a date last episode, and we got to see what is bothering Kotori and what's causing Kotori to go through all sorts of trouble or emotional distress. The fact that Kotori feels that she doesn't really know what she wants and has no dream, compared to Aoi and Ageha, where Ageha likes building things and thus found a job at the factory, and Aoi wanting to do something related to the bicycle. But Aoi feels that, well, Kotori, you do have dreams as well, because it was you who pushed us to go to the Morning Glory 2 years ago. And I'm sure Kotori wants to find something related to the sky and the clouds and the glider. And I think Kotori's almost there at figuring out what she wants to do. So as part of the date, I'll also show Kotori the withdrawal letter from the beginning of the original If My Heart Had Wings. And it was like, well, back then you didn't really connect with anyone and you wanted to go back to Tokyo. But now, with all of us, the Soaring Club, the glider, the Morning Glory, and you being able to walk again, you're now so different. You're much more active, much more happier than before. So why don't you look at your past experiences that way? So let's see what happens next and what they're going to do. So it is a few days into summer break. Oh, so now it is hot. I glared at the sun and mopped sweat from my forehead. I come home that morning to see my mother. It is almost time for me to leave the dorm, and I come to drop off my stuff and check on my replacement. So if you remember, Aoi will be departing the Flying Fish Manor and giving his job as the dorm mother to a new person who is a female. Well, I wish I could keep going till graduation. I am going to be so bored when summer break is over. Well, I'm sure he'll be busy, because then it'll be, okay, so if you want to go to college, then you got to study for your college entrance exams. And if you want to find a career, you gotta get your interviews, your application ready, and your referrals. I decided what I'm going to do with my life and had retired from the club. I had a final project to do, but compared to how busy I used to be, it is nothing. So it is not as busy as before. And my mother, being a mother, was worried that I would start slacking off since it is the end of my school days.
Minase-senpai.
So what up? Harumi come out of the convenience store. His hands are full of bags packed with drinks and bottles. Hey, I'm Harumi, so what are you up to? So why are you here?
部長に頼まれました。
So, helping Kotori. The dorm residents are having a farewell party for me today. Kotori and Ryoko are in charge and probably in full swing getting ready. And they even roped Harumi into helping. Even though Harumi's not, well, definitely not a resident or a boarder for the Flying Fish Manor. Since both Kotori and Harumi are sport types, Kotori seems to think that Harumi is hers to boss around, and apparently Harumi accepts it. And yet, I still feel strange about involving boys in a girls' dorm event. Okay, so I'll take one of these bags.
いえ、そんなことをさせたら 部長に叱られます。
Well, if you help me, then Bucho, so Kotori will kill me for that. Yeah, I'm sure. She have him do 50 squats or something. And I guess Harumi likes being treated like this anyways. So, anyways, I used to be in sports too, so I know what it is like. So doing 50 squats is going to be painful to the legs. And since we are headed to the same place, we fell into step.
そういや、引退フライトはどうするんですか?
So what will you do for your final flight? I don't know, nothing yet. Our replacement advisor that we have found couldn't come until after summer break is over. That means we can't fly at all until then, which includes our big final flight.
先輩たちだけで飛んじゃってもいいんじゃ。
Well, I'm not sure if that is allowed. Okay, yeah, so we will be in trouble if we do a flight without supervision. And since the club is already on shaky grounds, we cannot afford to cause any more trouble. So the fact that this club room is away from the school campus and the faculty has no idea what they're doing off base. And I guess I could ask if the advisor could come for just that one day. So if I remember, the advisor or the supervisor is Yonobe-sensei, and I think he too wants to have a summer vacation. So I'm off, so no club activities until I come back. Harumi looks relieved after I said that. He'd been genuinely worried about our final flight. True? So, Harumi, would it bother you if the Soaring Club got shut down?
え、はい。自分そのためにこの学校に来たので。
Yes.
あ、でもそれは俺たち下級生の問題ですし、先輩たちに心配してもらわなくても、その。
But you know, now that you're retiring, that problem is our problem now. So it'll be amongst us. It is like our slogan should have been, this is our own dream, so we've got to keep it alive ourselves or something. Clearly, Harumi understands. Well, at least let us worry a little. We're supposed to look out for you guys. So we want to help make sure that the transition goes smoothly. So once we leave, then you won't have any big problems to worry about.
すいません。どうぞ心ゆくまで心配なさってください。
Oh, I'm sorry. So he really is a big softie. Right, just until we leave. I said laughing and Harumi got all shy. He might have been bigger than me, but he is such a pushover. And now,
ただいま戻りました。
going to the Flying Fish Manor.
あら？お客さん？
And we see Kanako once again in her underwear. So the usual. When we found ourselves greeted by a girl in her underwear, Harumi lets out a squeak.
あ、ソアリング部の新人さんだね。いやー、ご苦労様です。こら、カナ、いちいち裸で接客するんじゃない。
Okay, so Kotori's here to go after Kanako. So hey, you know, don't walk naked.
下着はつけてるよ。
Well, that is the problem. The underwear-clad Kanako pouts when Kotori goes after her.
ほら見なさいよ。うちの後輩がすっかり怯えちゃってるじゃない。はるみちゃんはウブなんですからね。
So look, we have guests and you shocked him. And Harumi is still shocked. Harumi blushes and turns his back towards Kanako, squeezing his eyes shut. This is too unbearable to see. Well, if you are worried about him, you never should have brought him in to help. Well, that's not the problem. So I'm sure no one expected Kanako to show up.
だって人手が足りないんだもん。買い出しくらい平気でしょ？
But honestly, a lone guy surrounded by women is not the best idea. It's probably best to avoid this kind of situation if possible. Hello, Kanako.
やっほー、葵くん。元気してた？
Kanako stands there, still in her underwear, not trying to hide anything. Yeah, and you? So you haven't changed a bit. And as I gaze on her, same as always. I feel Kotori's hot gaze upon me. So, are you interested in her over me? Okay, so anyways, what brings you here? Did she call you to help?
夏休みだし、実家帰ってたんだけど、下着で昼寝してたら追い出された。ひどいと思わない？
So, the same old problem. So you've not grown up a bit. Kanako had moved on to university, but that was because she couldn't find a job she wanted, and she is still as slack as ever. And I wonder if Kanako's doing well in university, so university is not as easy as like high school.
そうね。行くとこないからちょっと早めに来てみたんだけど。そ
And
したらちょうど人手が足りないって言うから。
you have to have good grades in order to continue staying at the university, or else you get expelled.
だからってなんで脱ぐか。いいじゃん。女子寮なんだし。
But then again, Kanako's no longer a boarder here. You do know that the dorm mother is a boy, right? I don't think Kanako cares.
とにかく服着てきなさい。じゃないとはるみちゃんが目を開けられない。
Well, go get dressed. Harumi had been frozen with his eyes shut the whole time, waiting for the storm to pass.
はーい。
Okay. Okay, so I think at this point, Kanako is dressed. So the girls are gathered in the dining hall in high spirits.
おかえりなさいっす、中村さん。
ただいま。
Hello, I'm here. Haruka put the drinks Harumi had brought in the fridge.
どうしたっすか？なんか買い出し行く前よりやつれてるみたいっすけど。今日外暑いもんね。
Okay, so Kanako is dressed now. Kanako said nonchalantly she is finally dressed. There you go.
おーっす、葵。
And Ageha is here as well. Oh, hello Ageha. So you are here to help?
トビウオソウには散々お世話になったからね。
Yes. Okay, well, you might as well take the manga that you left in my room home.
全部読んだ？
About half, I guess. So I didn't have time to go through all that, and you kept giving me more volumes.
へえ、遅いよ。面白いでしょ？ハマるでしょ？
But then again, Aoi was busy, so he didn't have time to go through all those.
そんでもって熱く語り合おうよ。
So I wanted to discuss about those. Okay, so when I get the time, I will read the rest.
じゃあそれまで貸しとく。
That means you'll keep it until you finish all of them. I went to check the calendar nearby. Let's see. So the next paper recycling day is the day after tomorrow.
人から借りた本を捨てるんじゃない。
So okay, if you don't want to take them, then I'm just going to recycle all of them. Because I won't have the chance to read those again. And plus, that room is not my room anymore. So Either you get rid of it, or take it home, or I throw them out. Oh, sorry, I thought someone was using my room as a garbage dump.
いいもん。葵の家に持って帰るから。
Okay, so I'll take it to your house then. That's not taking them back. So Ageha wants Aoi to read them still, and if he has Ageha take them back, then that means he will not read them at all. And what are you doing here so early?
ほんとね、ケーキ作り。
Now? Wait, so the party's not till evening, and cake making must be more work than I thought.
設計図プリントアウトしてきました。
And Asa is holding some A4 paper. Wait, so a design?
材料はいちごと生クリーム、スポンジ、あとモーターと車輪と電池と。
Wait, so you're making a cake, right?
うん、そうだよ。ねえ、小鳥ちゃん、いいの？は？はあ！誰か底なし品を追い出して計画が筒抜けよ。
Wait, don't talk about me like I'm some spy. I'm the guest of honor.
いいから出て行きなさい。朝。はいはい、ただいま。すみません、先輩。
Sorry, Aoi. Senpai. So, Asa's pushing against Aoi. Asa begins driving me out with a quick sumo-style slap and apologetic expression on her face. Well, she could have just pushed like normal. Asa is probably the lightest person here, and her slaps are totally meaningless. But since I felt bad for spoiling their surprise, I went ahead and left. Hey, don't go overboard, okay? So don't make it too exquisite, because it makes me feel bad.
全処するわ。
Well, don't worry, so leave it all to me, says Kotori. She clearly intended to go overboard. Okay, so I think Aoi had to go outside, and it's like, well, this cake recipe, this design, we want to keep it a secret so that we can surprise Aoi when the party happens. So now it's time for the party, so the invited guests started showing up around sunset. So, Sanae's here. And Yuka, so the other original boarders.
元気です、元気です。ゆかさん、ちょっと痩せました？そうなのよ。仕事と趣味の両立に忙しくて、気がついたら体重が4キロも減ってたのよ。
Okay.
いいなあ。私なんてストレスでおやつ食べ過ぎて2キロ太っちゃいましたよ。
Well, I wish I was like you because I gained weight, unfortunately. Yuka and Sanae hadn't seen each other in a while, so they got super excited catching up. And they both got jobs after graduation. Yuka did office work at a manufacturing site in Tokyo, while Sanae did the same near her home. Welcome, hello, so good to see you again.
お久しぶり、水瀬くん。
So thank you for coming all this way. So going back to where you were before.
いいのよ。こんなことがないとここへ戻ってくることもなかっただろうし。
Well, it is good to come back here, so revisit the old times.
そうそう。それより葵くん、ついに寮母さん引退しちゃうんだね。
Well,
なんか寂しいな。
it is kind of sad, but eventually it was going to happen that you were also going to move up and out from here.
ここに住んでた頃は、水瀬くんには本当お世話になったものね。
Oh no, you're always a huge help, Yuka. I couldn't have made it far without all of you.
ほんといい子だよ、葵くんは。実は私、知らない男子とお話しするの苦手だったんだけど、水瀬くんのおかげで慣れることができて助かったわ。わかります、ゆかさん。会社入ったら知らない男の人ともたくさん話さなきゃいけませんもんね。
I'm not sure I understood how, but apparently their time at the Flying Fish Manor had come in handy.
ところで葵くん、小鳥ちゃんと別れちゃったって本当？
And it looks like the rumors spread to them as well.
え、そうなの？らしいんですよ、ゆかさん。なんでも葵くんが部活の後輩のはるみちゃんって子と仲良くしてて。え、水瀬くんが浮気したの
？And suddenly, Yuka, who had been all smiles, is giving me the stink eye. So you went to Harumi and you dumped Kotori, right? But who had been spreading these rumors? Well, no, I didn't. So it's all wrong. We didn't break up. We are still together, and anyways, Harumi is a guy, so scratch that out of your head. Yuka looks changed into something else entirely.
それは聞き捨てならないわね。ちょっと詳しく聞かせてもらえないかしら。ゆかさん、そっちの趣味にも磨きかかってます。
And once again, it's giving them more bad ideas.
もちろんよ。東京方面に就職したのはそのためだもの。
I am suddenly afraid, very afraid. So, living to see life is giving Yuka wrong ideas, and it's like, oh, so is it that you are, I would say, gay and you want Harumi instead of Kotori?
Yo, Aoi!
Oh, so Tatsuya Anchan. Tatsuya came strolling through the gate. Oh, so Igarashi-san.
相変わらずかっこいいですね、ゆかさん。
Yuka and Sanae try to hide behind me. So Tatsuya Anchan, cool as always, ignored the weirdos, and he's patient with people. Oh, so you're here.
遠慮しようかとも思ったんだが、あいつがどうしてもって言うから。
And who do you mean by this?
いつかだよ。同年代がいないと自分だけ浮くからって。
誰？いつかって。さあ。
お、噂をすれば。おーい。
あ、五十嵐くん。
And Iska is here.
しかもなんか美人ですよ。
今お前の噂してたんだ。
僕の噂？何？
お前が俺を誘ったって話。
So you want me to come?
ああ、それ言わないでって言ったじゃん。
Hey, so don't make it sound like that I forced you here. So you're making me look bad. Iska thumps Tatsuya or Anchan on the forehead, or she flicks a finger on his forehead. And Yuka and Sanae look on in amazement.
悔しいけど、なんかお似合いっぽいですね。これだから三次元の男は。
I had no idea what Yuka is mumbling about. So, all those greetings remind me of how it was in the beginning of the original If My Heart Had Wings. So remember, Aoi first showed up at the Flying Fish Manor and everyone was pretty much screaming. And the only people who were calm about it was Kanako being half-dressed and the mother. So the girls, well, I mean Yuka, Sanae, and Ryoko, they were shocked that the new dorm mother is a boy, Aoi. And despite them being shocked, they know that, well, we still have to have a dorm mother somewhere. or running this place. So anyways, let's see how the party goes. So most of the guests have arrived. It is time to begin the Thanks for 3 years as Dorm Mother Aoi party.
そっちお肉もう焼けてるわよ。あ、そのトウモロコシはまだ生だからこっちのを食べてちょうだい。
So I think they're doing some kind of outdoor cookout. So maybe barbecue? We are having the party out in the yard. There you go.
お肉うまい。
And as usual, Kanako will eat anything as long as it fills her stomach.
ああ、それ私の肉。
Hey, that was mine! You stole it! Okay, so we see a barbecue with lots of meat and corn on the cob and sausages and some vegetables as well. And we could have fit it in the dining hall, but with all the chairs, it was hard to move around. And I'm sure this kind of cookout, it's not safe inside because there's poor ventilation, and cooking out in the yard meant we could move around and talk with each other. And the guests include the current as well as former residents, so Kanako, Yuka, Sanae, and Iska. Well, special guest. And then we had people who were connected to the dorm or us. So Masasugu, Ageha, Hibari, and Tatsuya. And of course, there's Harumi and Haruka who helped us get ready. It is quite a crowd.
あーちゃん、はい、お肉。
Okay, so here's your meat. So don't worry about yours being eaten by Kanako. And Hotaru is here too.
はあ、持つべきものはできた妹よ。
お前肉ばっか食ってないで野菜も食えよな。人参うまいぞ。
出たな草食系。そんなんじゃモテないぞ。
うっせえ。俺は今でもあかりさん一筋なんだ。
So you need to look more attractive. So eat this and this, get your proteins up, and you'll look.
はあ、あかりさん、僕を置いてどこへ行ってしまったんだ。
Well, I'm already set for Akari-san, and where is she?
アメリカじゃないかな。あまねさんについてってるんだよね。
Well, sorry, so she went abroad. So you have one more year left at this place, and if you want to go and find her, then you got to make the trip to America after you graduate.
遠いね。
Too bad.
お仕事ってそんなに大変なんですか？そうだよ。もうね、学生時代がいかに楽しかったかって思い知らされるの。
You know, it was much more fun when we were students at school. Now it's work and I'll say it's boring.
だから今のうちに遊んでた方がいいわよ。社会人はそうそう休めないし、残業とか休日出勤もあるから、コンサートだって自由には行けないの。
So all those hours make it hard for us to enjoy ourselves. So we can't really go to concerts with those work hours. Well, the idea is that, well, if that's the case, then maybe you can find a different job that will give you more flexibility in making concert going happen.
まだ追っかけしてるんですか、ゆかさん。
社会人になると生活の潤いが減って、むしろ前よりのめり込んでる感じかな。
But I'm sure at this point, Yuka kind of not fits in with the crowd. So the crowd is generally younger, and Yuka being, well, I'll say like she's kind of old now. She sticks out in the crowd.
ゆかさん、頑張。
Well, do your best, Yuka-san.
わわ。
So how does Hat feel about the party?
ハット先輩、チース。
Oh, you're here.
わわ。ん？なんじゃ？キャベツが欲しいの？
So Hat is like, I'm hungry. Give me something to eat. So do you want cabbage?
わあ。
Yes or no? Maybe he wants the usual cucumbers.
よしよし。行くよ。は
Okay then, open wide. And Hat eats.
五十嵐くんに来てもらってやっぱ正解だった。
どうして？
だって小鳥ちゃんたち忙しそうだし、他の人のこと僕よく知らないから。
イケイケな性格してるようで案外人見知りだよな。アマネとは最近どうなんだ？
So, have you talked to Amane lately?
連絡取ってるよ。けどあいつ忙しいからあんま返事ないかな。せめて携帯をちゃんと携帯してほしいよ。
あいつらしいな。
Well, even if Amane carries a phone, I'm sure she won't use it, so it'll be filled with lots of missed calls and voicemails. And maybe Amane doesn't know how to use a phone at all.
ひばりさん、はいはい。お野菜が足りないみたいです。あとお肉も。
So,
さすがにあれだけの人数がいると消費量もすごいわね。手伝います。
I'll help then, says Yoru.
ありがとう、ヨルちゃん。じゃあキャベツとピーマンと人参をお願いね。ラジャー。おお、ヨルちゃんの包丁さばき。はい、できた。姉さん、これ運んで。早いさ。人がいっぱいっすね。これも水瀬先輩の人徳のなせる技っすかね。やっぱ。
So it means that Aoi has lots of friends or people, right? Or Aoi senpai.
だと思う。あの人は本当すごいよ。
So he really is something. Oh, as if. I saw the two of them standing apart from the crowd and walked over to talk. And, okay, so it's not about me at all. We just need a reason to have fun. But the things that all these people, they are tied to Aoi in some way. Versus these two who are kind of like the outliers or the new people who don't really know much people around the Flying Fish Manor or Soaring Club, etc.
そんなことないっすよ。だって先輩たちみんな仲いいじゃないっすか。
That's true, so all you people get along. I guess so.
羨ましいっす。ね、中村さん。
うん。自分も羨ましいです。
ああ、私ももうちょっと早く生まれたかったな。そしたら先輩たちと一緒にもっと部活できたのに。
Okay. Oh, so we weren't like this at first either. We went through all kinds of stuff together and then one day realized we all got along. Well, that means he went through a lot of troubles. Kotori and Ageha could not stand each other at first.
嘘。
あの二人がですか？
And the pair looked skeptical. Which is natural, even the two in question seemed amazed when they talked about the old times. Well, a lot can change in 3 years. And then I find myself talking like an old man.
Aoi senpai.
Asa is running around like crazy in her role as a host, and now she comes over to me. So what's up, Asa?
ちょっとこっち来てください。
So, what now? Asa drags me over. So what is with this wooden box? I was led to stand on top of a large wooden fruit crate.
皆さん注目。
Okay, so what now?
これよりこの夏で寮母を引退する水瀬葵様からお別れの挨拶がありますのでご静粛に。
So first, let's hear some words from the retiring dorm mother, Aoi Senpai. Wait, so no one told me anything, and I'm not prepared to give a speech.
挨拶くらいするでしょうが普通。
Well, it's an impromptu, so just make up one.
そんくらい考えとけよ。
There you go. Up here on the box.
葵、ビシッと決めろ。
So just give something. It shouldn't be too intricate or complicated. Just give a few
皆さん
words.
ならきっと超感動するスピーチしてくれるよね。
And regardless, it'll be inspirational and so warming and okay, here we go. So everyone puts down their food and looks at me. It looks like I do not have a choice, so I have to give a speech. Okay, so my name is Aoi Minase.
知ってまーす。
Yes, we know that. Everyone laughs at Kanako's heckling. Okay, right, so you know that. I was the reason they are here. I hid my embarrassment with a cough and then turned back to the crowd. And suddenly, memories come washing over me. I still remember the day when I first came here. The first person to come and greet me is Kanako in her underwear. That's true. And everyone laughs again.
あれそうだっけ。
And it seems like she forgot. As a result, everyone decides I am some kind of pervert. Good times.
あったねそんなこと。
Oh yeah, that happened, says Sanae.
かな、あんたって人は。
So apparently your being in the underwear is become quite famous and everyone knows you like that. When I first came or became a dorm mother, no one wanted to eat my cooking and that was kind of rough. Except for Kanako. But Ageha came and eventually the extremely ill Manor Kotori helped me learn to cook for everyone.
態度悪かったよね。
That's true.
本当に。
そんなに悪くないもん。夜よりはマシよ。
Well, come on, so I was not as bad as Yoru, so Yoru really came in all arrogant and I'm bored of this place.
いや、夜ちゃんはそんなでもなかったよ。
But Ryoko disagrees.
嘘だ。鳥先輩、うるさいです。
Hey, come
ま
on,
だ挨拶
so
の途中ですよ。
don't interrupt. So let's continue.
うぐ。
Fine. And in these 3 years, I've lived a life most regular students never can. It is not always easy, but it is always interesting and I wish I could keep going a little longer.
すごく頼りになる寮母さんだった。冷蔵庫、新しいのに買い替えてくれた時は救世主かと思ったよね。絶対お風呂覗いたりしない紳士的な寮母さんだったね。
覗かなくても下着で歩いてる子がいたから。
Everyone starts sharing old memories. And things had seemed like nothing special at that time now felt precious. And so, I shifted tone, no longer slightly joking. Okay, so going to the details, the important parts. When the Soaring Club was faced with being discarded or disbanded, everyone helped out. We had no place to go, we were depressed, and yet thanks to all of you, we achieved every goal we set. And now Kotori is happy. Same with Ageha. And same with the twins. Thank you for that. Thank you all. They let us use the dorm as a boarding house while most of the students were home for summer break. The Flying Fish Manor was a deeply important place for the Soaring Club. So the dining hall being the place where they held meetings and looked at documentation and drawings and such. When I look back over these years, almost all my memories are happy ones. Also, so Asa and Yoru's room originally housed the glider after Tobioka-sensei destroyed the garage. And thankfully, the glider was not in the garage when it was destroyed, so they were able to stuff it. And the school was looking for it, calling it a stolen item. And if you remember, they were planning to sell it to a museum and make money. And I'm sure they were going to use the money to fund other clubs like Tobioka-sensei's robotics club. While I know, I'll treasure them all my life.
おかげで可愛い彼女もできたしね。こら、アゲハ。
Hey, so don't tease me. And he's talking. I nodded, grinned at Ageha's interruption. Yes, I do think that's been the greatest reward. And everyone had been listening intently, but now they stared sharply at me. And the heartfelt mood has suddenly turned my motives in becoming a dorm mother now in question. Maybe they are thinking I only became a dorm mother to get a girlfriend. Well, then again, the mother did tell Aoi at first, hey, don't go out with any of the boarders. So you're just a dorm mother, you're doing your job, period. I am honored to be part of the Flying Fish Manor. I shouted out and jumped off the crate. Done. And everyone claps or gives an applause.
3年間お疲れ様でした。
Ryoko, on behalf of the boarders, gave me a bouquet of flowers.
ほんとお疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様、水瀬くん。
So you did well, Miyase-kun.
お世話になりました。お疲れ様です、先輩。くせ者揃いのこの寮で男性が寮母を務めていたのは正直異形だと思います、先輩。今までありがとう、葵。お疲れ様。
My chest swells at all the kind words. This is just supposed to be a fun cookout. 3 years really can change a lot. Well, no, so it was all thanks to you girls. And Hat. So you two, Hat, you really helped keep the place. You're welcome, and I'm happy that you praised me too.
アゲハ、例のもの。
Now for the big event. So what is it?
勝手承知。
Sure, order received. At Kotori's request, Ageha, Asa, and Yoru went off somewhere. And they soon returned carrying a massive cake on a large platter. So this is what you were making all day? It is a strawberry shortcake, a very large and extremely well-made one. But what really drew me in the eye is... Oh, so it is our glider. There's a glider in the center of the cake. The 4 swept wings with the attached winglets, the special V-tail. So it is our glider, designed by Amane. So you really did a good job. So is that marzipan?
ちゃんと食べれるのよ。
So basically it's candy and you can eat it. It is a perfect miniature made of marzipan, which is often used in cakes and pastries. I'm sure they're very expensive ones. So they make objects from candy and it looks authentic and realistic, and you can eat it. And they even reproduced the coloring right. It was amazing. It seems the ways to eat it. So I actually want to keep this candy glider somewhere.
にひひ。工学女子の実力はこんなもんじゃないわよ。
Huh?
発射準備。
So what does Kotori mean by prepare for lift-off? Kotori shouts orders and Asa pushes a button on the remote control. Okay, so what is going on? I thought I heard the sound of a tiny motor, and then the glider atop the cake suddenly starts to lift. So what the... It stopped at the perfect 45-degree angle.
発射台準備完了。
So launch, ready, set.
どうぞ先輩。
Here you go, senpai. Asa hands me the remote. Okay, so what am I supposed to do with this remote control?
発射5秒
So launching in 5,
前。4、3、2、1。
and
水瀬葵様の新しい門出を祝して発射
I push the button at Kotori's command. Click, so... When I pushed the button, the marzipan glider took off towards the sky.
よし行け。
So let's go!
飛んだわね。
It flew. The marzipan glider's wings caught the wind and flew through the air over the dorm yard. And Harumi, who had been stationed perfectly, caught the candy glider.
よっしゃフライト成功。
So, successful launch.
シミュレーション通りだね。本当に飛んだ。なかなかのスペクタクルだったわね。私感動しました。
All the engineering schoolgirls are going crazy. I sat there stunned. So what in the world was that? Who makes a flying cake? And wasn't all the equipment for the launcher and everything buried inside there? And this is not exactly an ordinary cake. And yet, it is just the kind of cake K-Food Academy students would make.
いいね君たち。最高だよ。
And Iska seems to enjoy it. So that was good. That was interesting. And it was cool. And even Hat enjoys it. I suppose most normal people would not have thought much of the ceremony, but luckily no one here is normal. I expect nothing less from K-Fu students. And it is just the type of thing they enjoy. So you girls or guys really are crazy. Kotori and the others seemed satisfied when they saw me grinning. So it looks like Aiwi is kind of pleased or satisfied with this special cake. But I'm sure with the mechanism, it makes the cake unappetizing. So all that equipment and the fact that the cake opens up, that can scare some people. Well, at least it was just the launch platform for the glider versus other things. And I don't want to go there. Okay, so it looks like Hibari has more food to share, so pizza. After the somewhat bizarre ceremony, we made pizzas in a makeshift stone oven. We are also using it to smoke food. There is a line of people who had not got their fill of grilled meat.
皆さんの分ありますから慌てないでくださいね。
So don't rush, don't fight, so there is enough for everyone to go around.
チーズとろっとろ。
So it's cheesy
焼きたてのピザうめえ
and fresh.
燻製も美味しいよ。ゆで卵、いい香りがする。
And the smoky flavor is good too. Harumi, you guys have some too, so you barely ate anything earlier.
はい、いただきます。
いただきますっす。
Okay, thanks. Haruka jumps into line for pizza. She clearly could not wait any longer.
中村さんの分ももらってくるっすよ。
ああ、ありがとう、桐野さん。
Harumi, so you guys have all this time, so why not try talking some more?
何がですか?
So what do you mean talking some more? So with Haruka, this is your chance to get a little closer. So I see that you are kind of interested in Haruka, so how about use this time to make one step closer to your favorite girl?
俺は別
No,
に
no, no, I don't. It's not that. He looks innocent, or he acts innocent. I can see why the girls like teasing and coddling him, or codding him.
先輩は食べないんですか? なんだったら俺取ってきますけど。
Wait, so are you going to have some? I'm good, thanks. So, the cake made me full. There is... Oh, so they still are making pizza, so I could get some later. The engineering girls clearly had not had their fill, and they flock around the food. So I'm sure that's Ageha and Hotaru at a minimum, and maybe Kanako.
ほんとだ。おいしい。
Yep.
焼きたて最高。
So Kanako, yes. Oh, so Asa too.
姉さん大丈夫？あんまりがっつくとやけどするわよ。
このピザ美味しいぞ。
And when did Amane show up?
お肉はもう残ってないのかな。おかわりまだまだありますからね。
Oh, don't worry, there is still more. I sat on the steps and watched the crowd. Kotori came to sit beside me. Hey there, so do you want any pizza?
後でいい。
Well, I'll wait. Her face looks tired but proud. Apparently, this had been Kotori's idea, so the thank you for your 3 years as a dorm mother party. The cookout made it easier for everyone else to talk, but it was hard on Kotori's still weak legs. That is probably why she spent the day in her wheelchair. Well, anyways, so thank you.
葵には本当にお世話になったんだもん。
That's true. Well, I bet you girls will miss me when I'm gone.
それ自分で言うかな。
Kotori looks amazed.
あまねちゃんの時も寂しかったけど楽しかったもんね。あれやってなかったらきっとすごく後悔してたと思う。
None of us had wanted Amane to leave, but since she had to, we had decided to give her a proper send-off. Well, I'm sure during that time, there wasn't as much food as there is now, and I forgot what they ate, but I'm sure at a minimum it was not a outdoor cookout. Kotori is right. If we hadn't thrown her a party, we would have regretted it. Well, we get along pretty good, don't we?
特別な思い出をたくさん共有してるもんね。
Yeah, we do. The whole 3 years since we had met had been special. Haruka envies us. Apparently, she says she wishes she could have joined sooner. So I wonder if Haruka... Wait, I don't know if she's first year or she's older.
そしたら部員集めが
がもう少し楽になってたわね。
Or maybe she's second year and she got interested in the Soaring Club much later. So the same year as Harumi. She gave an exaggerated smile and then narrows her eyes.
あの子らにはあまねちゃんはいないんだよね。
So what do you mean?
私たちは恵まれてたなって話。
Well, I'm sure the way that Haruka sees Kotori is the same way as how Kotori sees Amane. Yeah, well, I guess not. And I'm sure Kotori is pretty smart as well, just not genius level like Amane is. So, maybe somewhat similar. We have been in the club with Amane Mochizuki. If that was not a gift, I don't know what is.
私たちがそうなってあげないと。
Kotori says it that under her breath as if to herself. It was up to us upperclassmen to give guidance to our underclassmen. Were we being good role models for Asa, Harumi, and the rest? And then Kanako comes over.
なーにやってるのお二人さん。
So what are you two doing here? Okay, so I'm gonna leave this to the next episode. So we'll see what Kanako will have to say about the somewhat couple between Kotori and Aoi. Well, they are a couple. And I wonder how this party will continue. And even if Aoi does leave the Flying Fish Manor, I'm sure there are other times that they can meet. Well, for Kotori. And given that his place is not too far from here, Kotori can visit Aoi and see what his place is like. So, Aoi has been to Kotori's place at least twice. So one at the end of the original story and one for Snow Presents. Well, then again, this story was made before Snow Presents. But anyways, with that in mind, I'll see you in the next episode.